Welcome! My name is Beatrix and I'm the director of the Flying Yogi Studio in Toronto. You're probably watching this video because you've received or are about to receive your very own YogiGym, which is exciting news because you're going to be amazed at the incredible things that you can perform with it. You're going to find ways to strengthen your core, increase flexibility and mobility in your joints, and perform poses you never ever thought were possible, and the best part of all, be completely back pain free. So let's get started, shall we? Your YogiGym arrives in this nifty little knapsack so that it makes it very portable and easy to take anywhere with you. And inside the bag, first of all, you're going to find a second bag. And this bag contains the ropes. Now, what's very cool about these ropes is that they contain 15 height settings. That increases the posture options, first of all, that you have, and it also makes it customizable and versatile for any physical height. So if you're tall or short, you'll be able to find the right setting for you with these settings. Then inside, after that, you're going to find the body of the YogiGym. We refer to it as the sling or the swing. Some people like to call it a hammock. And one of the features here that I want to point out to you is the foam insert. Now this is fully detachable. You can take it out if you don't want it. We've put it in there to provide maximum comfort to you when you're putting your full body weight inside the fabric so that it doesn't pinch you anywhere. And then after that, you're going to find the handles. Now there are two handle straps. They consist of 3 tiers of handles, an upper, a middle, and a lower, and they're fully detachable. So this makes it easy to customize the height of the handles if you like. All you need to do is slip off the S-hook and then separate the rope that the handles are attached to and remove them if you like. I have an example here of one that I did at the studio for clients that I have that have either very long arms or short arms. I removed the top handle, attached it to a carabiner, and now that top handle can float independently of the other handles so that you can find the right setting for you. Now, all of this is handcrafted from recycled parachute material. Parachute is recognized as being the strongest fabric there is, and it's also very soft and breathable as well. Now that you've unpacked, you want to, before you start, check the ropes and make sure that the knots are perfectly aligned, and it's best to do this before you put any weight into them. I'm going to use my toes. But you can use a doorknob or get a friend to help you. So you just want to check the knots, align them. If there's any discrepancy, now's the time to make little minor adjustments to make sure that the spaces between each knot are even for maximum comfort for yourself when you're suspending. Now, where can I hang my YogiGym? I get asked that all the time. There are so many options, but the most common place would be inside a door frame because the door frame is the most solid structure in the house. If you have a beam in your ceiling, that's also ideal. And often drywall ceilings have beams behind them. So you might want to seek the help of an installer to find those beams for you. In fact, a professional is always a good idea when you're doing any kind of installation. You can also hang outdoors. You can hang from a swing set. I love to hang from tree branches. As we know, tree branches don't hang perfectly parallel to the ground, which is another reason why having multiple knots to adjust the differences between the handles is really helpful. You can also hang in local gyms. Sometimes they have setups for TRX, or some gyms have punching bags. They have T-frames for punching bags, so you can also use those. And if you're really in a pinch and you've been traveling and you have nowhere to hang and you badly need to decompress from sitting in a flight for too long, you can actually hang off the back of a door. The spaces between the knots are just wide enough to neatly fit over the top of the door, and the knots on either side keep the rope from slipping through when you're suspending. Okay, so now you've unpacked. You've aligned your knots and you've decided where you want to hang it. So how are you going to attach it? Well, I went to the hardware store to pick up some hardware that is very accessible and very inexpensive to give you some options. Now, when I first did my first YogiGym at home, I did it from a door frame, and I used a hitching screw, and this will go right inside the door jamb or inside the beam in your ceiling, and then you just kind of slip knot the rope through. Another example here would be what is known as an eyebolt screw. This is a very nice long one. You want the screws to be long to go in deep. This is about a 6-inch screw. These are about $3. And if you prefer to use a pole, you can have a pole custom cut to fit your door. This is a galvanized steel. It has threading on either end, and this is a very strong bracket. It has 4 holes, and you want to use nice long screws here as well for stability, and then you can just thread it onto your pole. And the pole can double as a chin-up bar, which is also great fun. And I found another bracket. This is known as a bracket, where you can just basically set the pole inside there. All right, so all of these are very inexpensive. This is like $4. The pole itself is about $10. Now, what you want to do then, once you've got it all set up, is to attach your ropes. The perfect way, the perfect distance between both ropes would be from hip point to hip point, which is about 16 to 18 inches depending. However, that's not, necessarily always so. If your hips happen to be really tight and you have a hard time wrapping, then you might want to make those points of suspension, we call them, a little bit closer together. If you're looking for a bigger stretch and your hips are really open, you can cheat them out a little bit more. So before we move on to watching the videos where I will show you how to perform some really great poses and get started with your YogiGym, I just want to spend a minute to talk about how to take care of your YogiGym. The YogiGym is very durable and it's very easy to take care of, but I recommend not leaving it outside when you're suspending outside, because weather conditions can eventually weaken some of the stitching, and even though the fabric doesn't get dirty very easily, it's a good idea. Once in a while it might get a little smelly to throw it in the washing machine. Just remember to remove the hooks and take off the foam, and then afterwards you can put it in a light setting for a cycle in your dryer. So if you have any more questions or want to learn a little bit more about installation, you can always find lots of answers on the website YogiGym.com. All right, so now just go to the next video link and we're going to get started on some really, really cool poses on the YogiGym.